Hey everyone, welcome back to 1 Million Pumpkins Ranch for more public displays of homesteading. And I'm coming to you off grid, Northeast Arizona, and I wanted to share um, today's garden time with you. So let me flip this around. I'm doing some watering right now. So here's the garlic patch. Getting some water. But then I wanted to, oops, okay, wanted to water this trellis. Oh, I see. There we go. And, oops, trying to get my tripod established so that I can do the thing and still talk to you. No, that's not going to work. Let me try it this way. All right, sorry about the the amateur videography. So I'm keeping this bed damp at all times because I've got seeds coming up. I've got radishes and snap peas coming up. And on the other side, more snap peas and radishes, but also things like arugula and spinach. Excuse me. So I just want to keep that seed bed damp. It is a gorgeous spring day here in St. John's area. All right, I'm going to take you around to the other side of my trellis. Here's my source of water. We go to town. Yeah, this thing. I think it's working out better if I just take you with me like this. So here you see more snap peas doing well. I have carrots. I don't know if any of the carrots. Oh yes, there's some. Carrots are coming up. Yay! So this is going to be a tunnel of purple snap pea flowers. It's going to be quite a sight. And the snap peas are a good example of regenerative permaculture because I've been saving seeds from snap peas since 2021. I bought a packet in 2021, saved seeds from that, and every year I've propagated purple snap peas. Highly recommend you grab a pack. I think they're magnolia snap peas. I got mine from Botanical Interests back in 21, and this year I hope to have a great crop, and I've been sharing these seeds with friends because I'd love to see more people enjoy success. And I wasn't sure they'd do well up here in the high desert, but they are. They're doing great. Oops, my hose. Gotta straighten my hose. It's okay if it floods a bit. I did see some carrots over here. Hey Marie, how you doing? It's been so busy here on the farm. Nice to see you. Supersonic. Hi there. Val Thomas. I used to garden using gravity feed. Hall. On a mountaintop in Oregon. Everyone called me crazy until we were eating fresh vegetables. Yes, I can relate. Glad to have you here. So I did see some carrots coming up here. If I find any, I'll show them to you. And I think this is a broccoli. We'll judge it by its fruits. And I'm gonna get me some more hose length. Got stuck on a grass tuft. All right. So I'm not gonna do a full water at this time because I have planting to do. And if I do one, it'll be to the exclusion of the other. So this right here is going to be my next furrow. Ivan prepped it for me yesterday. So he chopped it up with the Picmatic. It had time to dry out overnight and this morning, so I'm just dampening it a little. And pretty sure I'm going to put tomatillos here. So one of the ways that we determine priority is what is about to die. Whatever is about to die gets priority for the day's to-do list. And I kind of think my tomatillo starts are, I'll show them to you in a sec. They're looking a little moribund. So I'm not trying to soak this all the way through, but I'm just gonna make it so it's not powdery and annoying when I go to work it. This row did very poorly last year. The year before that, all I grew in it was sunflowers, and the sunflowers rocked. But last year, nothing wanted to grow. So here's my tomatillos. They're already blooming in their tiny little cups. So I'm just gonna give these a real fast water. They are root bound, so I'm not gonna wash them out of the cup, wash the soil off by doing this. All these peppers really need to get planted out. It's, a lot of hard labor getting these furrows prepped. Partially because of my methodology of allowing cover crops to establish in the off season, so then I have to get rid of them. And here is my Mother's Day gift from my husband, a new lilac bush. Now those need to be spitzed. Whoops. I'm all over the place with y'all. Okay. These soil blocks, though, I need to spritz those. The full hose will obliterate them. So. No red raspberry seeds came up on that soil block tray, but we got lots of native peppers doing pretty well. Some did not harden well and died. I got to get all those in the ground. Once they're in the ground, their stems will thicken. I can tie them to a stick, whatever is necessary. I'm going to let that hang right there and turn the water off. Right, so up next is to water the lettuce patch. Turn this off, and then I'm going to collect my hose and walk it on around the other way. So eventually, the watering system will be upgraded in time, as time and funds allow. And also, once I kind of more firmly establish the placement of everything, we may even end up getting a second water tote for this garden, because we've dismantled this sheep pen. This whole thing is coming out. We're going to dig a trench along the back wall to bury the compost pile in the ground. I'm going to rake the manure and the gravel around the tree, and we're going to prune and try to rehabilitate that tree. It has one thread of life still. All right, that's the plan for that spot, and that's going to add a lot more square feet of garden. And in dry years, it takes me over 330 IBC tote per day to get everything watered. And this garden is going wild. So let me check my hose. I think I'm hung up on something over the bean pile. Wrapped around a bush here. Okay. And this hose barely reaches to that corner. I have another second hose. Sorry about hitting with the legs. This second hose goes to the back corner of the garden in that direction. All right. I'm going to give this lettuce garden a good spritz, because I don't want them all to wilt. They could survive every other day. I do want to pick another bowlful. And if you look at my shorts, you'll see I fed rabbits the excess lettuce, because trust me, I have enough lettuce for everyone. And once again, the lettuce seeds came from 2024. We let the lettuce go to flower and just cut the whole flower stalk off when it went to seed and stuffed it in a feed bag. And during the cold, boring months, I separated out seeds, and now I have like a yogurt cup full of lettuce seeds. And this native Aztec lamb's quarter variety, it has a nice fresh green taste, and you can also use it cooked as a pot herb. Give the natural raised bed a little squirt. Got a couple wildflowers there. Let's keep the whole thing hydrated. I did notice when they were supposed to be ready. Whoops. Trying to wrangle the hose without damaging the stone berm. Right, but anyways, I think it's time that I can try to plant my petunias and some bush cherries, and a Russian pear, and a few other things. So after I get the tomatoes and peppers planted, I can look into what else I can plant. But for now, the urgency is for those starts, so they don't just die in the water. Out here, we're developing a thermal or a dust devil. I can hear it building. Those like to build up and then, there it is. Can you see it? They build up and then swoop, they go down the gully into the wash. And I can tell why cultures that have animistic religion would personify those. They're like an elemental force. And the guardian dog is out there doing his job. Don't know what he's barking at, but keeping the predators away. He has a different bark for humans. And I'm having to hook my hose over my arm so that I don't scrape it against the rock berm. Okay. All right. So it is definitely time to pick more lettuce every single day, and also to weed the grasses out there. And so thanks for joining us here at our off-grid homestead in Northeast Arizona. Happy to have you visit. First plant out date for most crops up here is May 15th, so I'm ahead of the game this year. Pretty happy about that. So these are the ones I picked most recently, and they're already coming back again. And obviously those have not been picked. The sunflowers are starting to get pretty tall. I'll be planting more flowers today, I hope. I like to mix intercrop different crops with flowers. I'm trying to maximize photosynthesis, build soil health. So this was just a mineral soil, sandy loam, heavy on the sandy side, with no organic material at all, really. We did the jar test. There was no discernible organic material in the soil. So that's like what I'm standing on here compared to what I'm watering. So it's just been 4 years here at the homestead, digging sunken basins and furrows and filling them with animal mulch like rabbit and sheep manure and straw and hay from that was animal bedding. And then this year I've started adding perlite and vermiculite since we found a bulk source for that. Okay, so everything can always use more water, but I want to get to planting. So here we go. Back to turn off the water. And then I'll show you how I prepare my furrows. And I've shown people this before, but it's kind of fun to have company and do it live. So, like I said, this is the one I'm going to be doing. And so I'm going to be dump some perlite on there. Let's give you the tripod. And a cattywampus here. There. I think that's better. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Steve. Oh, I'm so glad to have some familiar names joining me in the garden today. So I'm going to get underway. Got my perlite. Now I've got this awesome tool called a Rogue Hoe with the large kind of hoe side. I could go get the long-handled regular hoe, but I think this ground is still kind of chunky. So let's integrate it a bit. Looking good. Okay, I am out of breath. Woo! Let's see what's up. What do you guys think? Every time I see your soil is more beautiful. Thank you. It is a labor of love. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I've lost track of. I'll try to remember, and yeah, I'll get back with you, Steve. Sorry about that. Kathy's here to learn. Hey, girl, we're all learning. I'm still learning myself. All right. Okay, so let's see what's next. Now I'm gonna do my patented furrow formation, and I'm gonna start sticking these tomatillo starts about 2-3 feet apart. So minimal soil disturbance is one of the goals. And so instead of doing zero till, I do minimal till. And I accomplish that by only tilling the planting furrows. I do not disturb the pathways. I just cover them with mulch. So that right there is how I like my furrow to be. My tools over here. Let me grab my trowel. These tomatillo starts are multi-sown in a cup. So I've got to prick them apart. But instead of pricking, I'm just gonna rip them apart. The nightshades are pretty forgiving. And I'm just kind of gently separating out this one on the edge. And there's not a lot to plant. I'm going to plant it all the way up to the first leaf. So just stick my trowel all the way in and kind of open up like a slot, pull the trowel out and close the slot. Firm it up. There's a clod. All right, that one's planted. Now I do not want the plant to put its energy into flowers yet, so I'm going to pluck those off. Little bud, little flower. Grow roots first. All right, then I'm going to ease on down the road here. I've got my silly kitty cats playing with me here. Catching grasshoppers. And it's cicada season. I don't know if you can hear them buzzing. So this is a wide, like the wider style of planting furrow. It's actually wide enough for 2 rows. I'll probably be planting some flower seeds in between the tomatillos. They really turn into tentacle monsters and sprawl for a good 3 feet wide. So probably be putting the next one right there. So I think like thousands of years ago they invented this really cool tool called a plow. And it does what I'm doing with my hand, pushing the soil. That's me always living in the Stone Age. I like it. I like the old ways. I feel called to live by the old ways. I feel the new ways were great for that interval of history, and I feel like our history is taking a detour in another direction. And it serves us to serve God by learning the old ways. That's what I'm trying to do here. Romance this soil. Come on, tomatillo. You can do it. There we go. All right. All right, that's 2 in the ground, guys. This is moving right along. I think I need to move you all along with me here. So let me come on back. Right. There we go. Got 3 more big ones and 3 little tiny ones. I might plant the tiny ones together with the big ones, like this right here. That I'm going to plant together. Well, no, I'm not, because I'm going to sink it too deep. This hose is in my way. Just going to kind of sit on it. All right, let's get that tiny one off of there. It might make a good plant. These should have been potted up a month ago before planting them out. There we go, 3 in the ground. Love to see it. Hallelujah. Thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity to work this land and bring fruit. Thank you for allowing me to feed my family with this land and pay it forward into the community. What an absolute joy. When I was a kid, I used to love playing in the dirt, and I would make canals and run the hose so that I could make a little dirt city of canals. I'd stick plants and pretend that they were trees. And now I'm doing it in real life. So great. How did I do that? Okay, that's the little one. I'll set you aside. Oops. We've got this big one. All the homestead noises. I planted peanuts last year This one never even like sprouted. Hi, kitty. So I want these banks to be water holding because then I can irrigate on both sides. All right. Um, let's see. I forgot to take the flower off of this one. Okay. That should be able to develop roots better that way. One last big one. Take off the flower. I'm going to put this one in the corner. And I've got those 3 little bitty ones, so I think I'll go 1, 2, 3. Close enough. One of them is even like bleached white. I don't know why. I don't even need the trowel for that. Okay. Man, I don't even know if I want to plant this one. Oh well. You all deserve a chance at life, don't we? All right, now I'm just gonna drop some flower seeds in between them. Okay. So Kathy points out if you dig a big deep trench, add the compost and soil, you'll never need shade cloth because all you need are cool roots, and that's what I'm finding. So you can dig that deep. That's called double digging. I'm doing strip tilling where it is a sunken furrow and it gets heavily, heavily mulched. And the surrounding area is also heavily, heavily mulched, as you can see. And I'm so glad Kathy joined us. And I really appreciate the compliments on the soil because it didn't look like this when I started. Now I have some flower seeds here. Let's see. We've got zinnias, marigolds. Let's do some zinnias. I have two kinds of zinnias. We've got State Farm Mix, which is what I grew last year. And we have Candy Cane, a variegated petal. So I'm going to put like 3 seeds in between each of the tomatillos. Here it goes. This seed brand is what they have at the feed store. And they're usually good seeds. I just don't like these packages. I'm just putting 3 zinnia seeds in between. Let's cover them. All right. And that row is now planted out. Steve says, the flood irrigation and the heavy, heavy mulch you use also keep your roots cool. Thanks so much. That's true. What's up next? I'm going to sprinkle some from my sheep bean pile, and then I'm going to top mulch with probably some old hay or rabbit litter. So I'll be right back. All right, so here's my bean right behind me. Let's maybe do it like this. All right, well, the rabbit litter is, I need to clean the rabbit barn. I have to clean the rabbit barn to get rabbit litter. So for now, since we're on live, I'm just gonna pull the mulch that I pushed away from the sides. I'm gonna pull that, you'll see. I just don't have as much mulch here as I have on the other spots. So I just kind of pull it off the sides. And I do not want to choke out the zinnia seeds, so those only get a light mulch. But right around the tomatillos, they get more of a cooling, blocking mulch. This mulch comes in, you know, like a different grit. What I first put down was just this little bit of sheep beans. That's more of a fertilizer. But this actually creates its own shade. So rather than hanging a shade, you just cover the ground and put clothes on her naked body. I think about husbandry, like give the wife clothes to make her beautiful, and you make her feel beautiful, and then the fertility will follow, and she'll bear him children. And I feel like that's the natural order of stewarding the land as well, and husbanding the plants and animals is making them feel happy and comfortable so that they will be fruitful and multiply. And together we all thrive. I'm stuck in the input, and you might not be able to see, so rotate you. All right, so that is done. Now I'm going to water it in. Tomatillos. Back over to retrieve the distant hose. So I think I'll actually water that in after I set you down, but the last thing I wanted to show you is harvesting some lettuce. So let me get my lettuce bowl. Got my lettuce bowl. So I'm harvesting about a pound of lettuce a day, and I like a salad every day, but I can't get me and the guys to eat a whole pound of lettuce every day. So most of it's going to the bunnies. And once again, I did a short on that yesterday in case you want to see that rabbit lettuce eating action. Here's, let's even maybe get a little more down to earth. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the outer leaves only and leaving the rosette in the center. Oh, also, before I get started, I wanted to share with you, obviously, I'm not an affiliate, I'm a tiny channel, but I'm in love with these Ariat jeans because They have these built-in knee chaps, so that's double thick denim. And these things are so tough. I barely see any signs of wear. I wear them constantly. I got 2 pairs, and for crawling around in the garden, these cannot be beat. Just wanted to share that. Oh, Steve's gonna have a salad for his dinner. Bon appetit, Steve. I wish I could send you some of mine, but it's the right kind of problem to have, isn't it? Last time I did this, I had my adoring fans of chickens out here waiting for me to toss the odd leaf across it. And I've got my fiasco. That kitty. He likes to help by sitting on the plants. This one pulled out, but that's no big deal. Just more room for the others. They're planted super densely. Took that seed that I saved and threw it on the ground. Just broadcast it. While I'm in here, I can find tumbleweeds. Tumbleweeds are awesome bird food and sheep food. Oh, that one came up too. No weaklings in my garden. And for this stuff, I pinch off the apical cluster. Ah, another one. All right, my bowl's pretty much full. My back is pretty much tired. So let's call that done for now. Nice, fresh, crisp lettuce. All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining me. We only planted 1 cupful of tomatillo plants, and I have trays full of more tomatoes and peppers to put in the ground. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put a whole bunch more things in the ground, and I will talk to you here on YouTube sometime later. I'm so glad you could join me for this gardening session. It's been about an hour. I've got many more hours to put in day out, a labor of love and joy. All right, so remember, like and subscribe. Click the notification bell because I'm really random about when I come on. Help my channel grow. And I hope you have a blessed weekend and have a wonderful, wonderful summer. Thanks again. Cheers and blessings. Thanks, Steve. I'm really glad you could be here. And oh, hello, Veronica. I hope you enjoyed your lettuce too. All right, folks. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.